World War I, the Christmas Truce. The Christmas Truce of World War I is one of the most poignant and remarkable events in military history, occurring during the first year of the war in December 1914. Amidst the brutal fighting on the Western Front, where trench warfare had ground soldiers down with mud, blood, and terror, something extraordinary happened. Spontaneous and unofficial ceasefires broke out between British, French, and German troops along various stretches of the front lines. By December 1914, the war, which many had expected to be short and decisive, had already devolved into a stalemate. Soldiers on both sides had dug into the ground, creating elaborate trench systems that stretched for miles. The conditions were miserable. The trenches were cold, wet, and often filled with rats, and both sides were subjected to relentless artillery barrages and machine gun fire. As Christmas approached, the mood on the front was one of despair and exhaustion. Despite the ongoing hostility, a sense of shared humanity emerged among soldiers on both sides. In the days leading up to Christmas, small gestures began to occur. Soldiers exchanged greetings, and some even began singing Christmas carols across no man's land, the dangerous stretch of territory that separated opposing forces. The Germans were particularly noted for singing Stille Nacht, Silent Night, which British soldiers responded to with their own Christmas songs. On Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, something incredible happened. Soldiers from both sides cautiously left their trenches, unarmed, and met in the middle of no man's land. The truce was not organized by commanders or governments, but was a grassroots decision made by ordinary men who sought a brief respite from the carnage. What transpired during these ceasefires is a testament to the enduring humanity of those who fought. Soldiers exchanged gifts like cigarettes, food, and souvenirs. They showed one another photographs of families, and in some areas, even organized impromptu football, soccer matches. There are stories of British and German soldiers playing a friendly game with makeshift balls, reflecting the shared bonds of humanity that transcended the conflict. In many areas, the truce was also used as an opportunity to bury the dead who lay in no man's land, with soldiers from both sides holding joint ceremonies to honor the fallen. The truce, while heartwarming, was not universal. In some sectors, the fighting continued, and not all commanders approved of or allowed fraternization. By December 26th, the truce began to dissolve, as orders came down from high command on both sides to resume hostilities. Many officers were wary of the truce, fearing that it would undermine discipline and make it harder for soldiers to return to the killing fields. The war resumed with the same intensity, and the brief moment of peace faded into memory. The Christmas Truce of 1914 has since become a powerful symbol of hope and the possibility of peace, even in the darkest times. It showed that despite the immense hatred and propaganda that fueled the war, the soldiers in the trenches were still human beings who, in some small way, longed for the same things: peace, family, and normalcy. In a war marked by senseless slaughter and destruction, the truce stands out as a rare moment of compassion and camaraderie. It was never repeated on the same scale, as the war became even more brutal in the years that followed, with poison gas, tanks, and intensified trench warfare adding new levels of horror. Still, the Christmas Truce of 1914 serves as a reminder that even in the midst of conflict, humanity can still shine through. The truce has been immortalized in literature, film, and history, symbolizing the hope that even amidst war, people can find common ground. Today, it remains a touching story of solidarity and the enduring human spirit. Thank you for listening to History Videos 101. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us for more fascinating content.